Of course, throughout Hilo, Hawaii, up to 32-mile-per-hour gusts. Sustained winds are a bit on the lighter side for our leeward coasts, but windward areas are starting to see some breezier conditions. And of course, the downslope throughout terrain, it's going to see a bit more of acceleration. Taking a look at Hilo, Hawaii now, some heavy cloud coverage and a few more showers that are continuing to roll on in on those bands of moisture associated with the system. A bit more so for the north part of our Hawaii island. Oahu, windward areas, town spots, definitely seeing, of course, we're holding on to those trades right now. So a lot of that moisture from the system embedded into that wind flow, and that's why we're seeing some higher rain chances this morning. It is about 111 miles out. That's the furthest band of moisture associated with Hurricane Douglas. So definitely we're continuing to stay on top of this. Here's a look at our wind threat. Hurricane conditions are possible, and that's more so for Maui this morning. We're already seeing some tropical storm force winds just brush the windward areas throughout Hana. Oahu later on this afternoon, Kauai and Niihau tonight throughout tomorrow morning. That's that timeline there. Here's a bit of our look at our traffic cameras over on the windward side of Oahu. Definitely we have just a bit of time to continue to wrap up those preparations, but if you can for today, definitely want to stay off the roadways, stay out of the water, and just hunker down as the system continues to just move parallel, if not through, especially the western end of the state throughout today and tomorrow. Over to you.
All right, thanks, Tasia. You know, as we saw there, some good news for our friends on the Big Island. It looks like it's just going to go north of there. A reminder, Hurricane Douglas expected to pass north of Hawaii Island, so some good news, not going to make a direct hit there.
And if Civil Defense gives the Red Cross the green light, this evacuation center in the Hilo High Gymnasium is one of the 4 across the island that would be activated. Officials want to make sure those seeking shelter have plenty of room to social distance, so the capacity is 50 people. That's instead of the gym's usual cap of 2,000.
All right, well, turning now to the Valley Isle. A lot of eyes on Maui, depending on the path that this takes. Residents lining up there for gas in Kahului as businesses boarded up to prepare for the hurricane-force winds. Mayor Michael Victorino is urging residents there to shelter in place all day long there on Maui. Maui County has seen a bump up of the wind speeds since overnight. We saw that a little bit earlier in our newscast. And 5 emergency shelters, meanwhile, are now open on Maui. They're going to be at Maui High School, South Maui Gym, King Kekaulike High School, Lahaina Intermediate School, and Hana High School. Now, the county will open those shelters in Lanai and Molokai this morning at 7 o'clock.
And here on Oahu, Honolulu Mayor Kirk Caldwell says 13 shelters will be made available beginning at 9 this morning. That's just a couple hours from now. Requirements include masks, social distancing, everybody's temperature being checked, and people need to bring their own emergency kits. The Red Cross reports more than 300 volunteers are secured, and if more shelter space is needed, the Hawaii Convention Center is an option. And we'll have more of this morning's top stories in a full hour of Island News starting right now.
Now, from KITV4 Island News, this is Good Morning Hawaii.
Right now in Good Morning Hawaii, we are tracking Hurricane Douglas as it makes its way toward our islands. Hawaii Island already picking up some strong winds and rainfall.
Plus, over on Maui, those businesses boarding up, long lines of cars filling up their tanks ready to hunker down for the storm.
And back here on Oahu, supplies quickly flying off the shelves. People already stocked up for the pandemic, now bracing for a hurricane.
All right, thanks for joining us. We have been tracking Hurricane Douglas all morning. Good morning, Hawaii. Thanks for joining us for Hawaii's only weekend morning newscast. I'm Tom George.
Aloha kakahiaka. I'm Annalisa Burgos. We are tracking Hurricane Douglas as it closes in on the state. KITV4 has live team coverage this morning with KITV's TJ Horgan on the Big Island, Nicole Tam on Oahu. But let's start first with Tasia Worley, who has the latest National Weather Service update on Douglas's track. Good morning, Tasia.
Good morning. That's right. Hurricane Douglas still a Category 1 with maximum sustained winds at 90 miles per hour. So we haven't seen any weakening, at least within the last 6 hours. It's continuing that momentum of west-northwest track at 16 miles per hour, and it's expected to get dangerously close, if not directly affect especially the smaller islands over on the western end of the state later on today throughout tonight, as you can see. Now, the cone of uncertainty, I'm getting a lot of questions on social media about this. This doesn't mean this red line that's going to be the center of the storm. This means that most of our projective models are in agreement that this is the path it is going to take. But within the cone of uncertainty, that's what we're expecting, that track could move anywhere south, anywhere north. So that's why the track gets a bit larger toward the end, because that's where that uncertainty is as well. So just wanted to update you on that. Also wanted to update you of the few warnings and advisories that have changed. That hurricane watch for Maui County has been upgraded to a hurricane warning. You can see we're already starting to feel a few effects, not only of cloud coverage, but also some tropical storm force winds that are affecting the windward areas of our Maui. Now, Oahu, Kauai, as well as Ni'ihau still under that hurricane warning. Hawaii Island no longer under a hurricane watch, but that tropical storm watch is still in effect. Breezier conditions down throughout Hamakua Coast and some rain bands in that area as well. Picking up a lot of moisture, especially for our Maui Island at the moment. That's where the brunt of the moisture will be for this morning. Throughout your midday, more so for Oahu, later on late this afternoon throughout tonight for Kauai County. Here's a look at our wind gusts. We're still seeing up to 40 for Lanai City, up to 32. This is within the last 6 hours. Of course, that's going to expect to be heightened a bit more so throughout today. Maximum sustained winds, of course, we're seeing a bit stronger wind speeds there for Lanai City as those wind speeds filter in between Molokai as well as Maui. Hawaii Island, breezier conditions, especially downslope, although we're not picking up much in Hilo, Hawaii. We're still expecting a lot of breezy conditions in those areas. You can see we had it raining just 5 minutes ago. That's let up. That's going to be pretty much occurring today as we have those bands of moisture continue to come through just behind Hurricane Douglas. We'll have the latest update coming up in the next 15 minutes. Other than that, over to you.
All right, thanks for that, Tasia. Let's check in on the Valley Isle. Residents there lined up for gas in Kahului as businesses boarded up to prepare for hurricane force winds. Mayor Michael Victorino is urging residents to shelter in place all day. Maui County has seen a bump of wind speeds since overnight. 5 emergency shelters are now open. They're at Maui High School, South Maui Gym, Kekaulike High School, Lahaina Intermediate School, and Hana High School. The county will open shelters in Lanai and Molokai this morning at 7, so that's open already. And here in Oahu, a lot of stores already running low on supplies.
Yeah, I went out to the west side yesterday where people were still stocking up. Well, here at the Ewa Beach City Mill, people have already been scrambling for those last-minute supplies ahead of Hurricane Douglas. You see right here, these are some of the essentials. This bin had flashlights and batteries. Those are already sold out. This hurricane was enough to bring Mr. Fix-It out of retirement.
They brought me back after 50 years.
Frank Suster has seen it all before, the runs on the stores before a big storm, but none in the middle of a global pandemic.
I mean, most people, because of the pandemic, had extra food, because you can't go to many restaurants. So food is not, to me, as big a problem as being prepared for that flood or that power failure.
Lines of people gathered to fill up their propane tanks, stock up on things like sandbags and water vacuums, and of course plywood to board up their homes. Jeff Roberts got some fresh cut for his house in Waipahu.
I'm 43 and it's been standing since before I was born, so.
How many hurricanes has that thing been through?
Oh, I'd say about 6, 7.
And this time, just like then, he's not taking any chances. Not for Douglas or anything else 2020 might throw our way.
It's kind of like an eye-opener. Like, everybody's thinking like, oh, it's going to pass, oh, it's going to pass. But you know what? It's important to be prepared no matter what is coming. Hurricane, tsunami, pandemic, zombies, whatever.
And, all joking aside, he said, who knows what 2020 is going to throw our way. At this point, we've seen it all. But, all joking aside, definitely important to stay prepared. And all City Mill stores will be open from 8 o'clock this morning until noon if you need any last-minute preps there. Meanwhile, Hurricane Douglas could bring some dangerous surf to the islands.
Yeah, large swells generated by the storm will affect the state into Monday. KITV4's Nicole Tam joins us live now from Sandy Beach in East Honolulu this morning. Good morning, Nicole.
Lisa and Tom, good morning. Yeah, Sandy Beach is, one of the most famous surf spots here on Oahu, and maybe even the world. Definitely a lot of people coming out here every day. And I just got here actually, and surfers tell me, I don't surf, so this is according to surfers, but they're telling me this is right now fun surf waves, like fun kind surf waves. So let's take a look here. I'll try and give you a look. Plenty of people out there, but I know usually there's even more people. Oops. Sorry about that, but yeah, definitely later ocean safety is also here. Lifeguards are getting ready in case people need help out in the waters, but yeah, definitely Douglas could produce life-threatening and potentially destructive surf exposed on shores. And as you take a look right now, the waters seem to be just good surf, but we don't know what later might bring. And also the combination of higher than predicted water levels, dangerous storm surge, and large breaking waves will raise water levels. So definitely if you're planning to come out, please be safe. And again, you're taking a live look here at Sandy Beach in East Honolulu. Some surfers out there bodyboarding, surfing, just a way to spend Sunday morning before the storm gets even closer to us here on Oahu. Reporting live at Sandy Beach, Nicole Tam, KITV4 Island News.
Breathing a sigh of relief right now.
Yeah.
Their hurricane watch has just been canceled. It looks like it's going to completely pass right over them and not hit the Big Island. And TJ Horgan joining us live from Hilo right now.
Yeah, Annalisa, Tom, like you said, Hilo here might get the first effect from the storm, but certainly not the hardest. That H word, as you mentioned, the hurricane watch, hurricane warnings, those are all out of play for now here on the Big Island. But tropical storm warning still in effect, and there is some surf right now at Honolulu Beach Park. We'll give you a better look of it here. Kahoa Road, the road where you park on to get to the beach park, has been packed since before sunrise this morning, and it's one of those days where you don't only have surfers packing the beaches, you have people lined up just to stand here and take pictures of the surf. Despite that, I've talked to some veterans here who say this isn't the biggest surf they've seen, and they're excited actually for the surf that the tropical storm warning wind levels might bring here to the Big Island.
Right now is a calm before the storm. I surf other hurricanes here, but yeah, this is probably the best conditions you can get a hurricane right now.
Yeah, so Lambert, obviously a veteran here. He's out there somewhere right now. We'll try to find him eventually. But it actually cleared up a little bit in the last half hour. A little after sunrise here, cloudy, even some rain. Right now I appear to be overdressed for the occasion. No more rain here, at least by Honolulu Beach Park near Hilo. Yeah, so reporting live in Hilo, I'm TJ Horgan, KITV4 Island News. Tom, Annalisa.
Yeah, good time to learn how to surf out there, TJ.
And you mentioned about shelters.
Maybe not a good time to learn, Tom.
I was just going to mention, we saw your story earlier about shelters prepping yesterday. Are they up today?
Right. They are not. Right now, I just called Civil Defense. They let Red Cross know when those shelters will be constructed. No shelters up right now. Again, part of that sigh of relief for Big Island residents. They're not anticipating needing a shelter, at least, again, right now. If they do pop up, there are 4 locations. The capacity will be limited due to COVID-19 physical distancing restrictions. So I'm told by representatives from the Red Cross that they have other shelter spots in mind if they do need more than 4 eventually. But no shelters open right now. Again, Civil Defense said no flooding, no roofs being blown off, nothing crazy like that happened overnight here in Hilo.
Yeah, good news indeed for the people there. Thanks for your reporting out there for us, TJ. We'll check back with you a little bit later.
All right, meanwhile, Governor Ige confirmed President Donald Trump has approved and signed an emergency disaster declaration making federal funds available for storm damage.
The response from the administration has been very quick. We've gotten authorizations in record time in every single instance so that we could work federal, state, and county emergency managers respond to the needs of our community in a timely manner.
Hawaiian Airlines canceled all flights between Hawaii and the U.S. mainland. All inter-island service is also canceled, and most of Hawaiian's fleet of jets have been evacuated off of Oahu.
And the U.S. Coast Guard is closing ports across the state. Big Island and Maui ports closed yesterday. Oahu's closed at 2 o'clock this morning, and Kauai will close at 8. And shipping company Matson adjusting their schedule as well to make sure neighbor islands get supplies after the ports close. Several of its ships arrived yesterday to unload cargo before heading back out to sea.
And again, it's recommended that we all pack a 14-day emergency kit that has food, water, medicine, flashlights, and a radio. You're also encouraged to have extra masks and hand sanitizer. For more information and any breaking news updates on Douglas, check out the Hurricane Center on our website, KITV.com. And of course, Tasia Worley has live updates at the top of every hour on air, online, and across social media.
I think that as we continue to see cases increase, our actions on this island are making us not a safe place to live. And we need to protect each other and follow practices like we were following back in March and April.
And we are seeing a record number of new infections for the third day in a row. The Department of Health reporting 73 new coronavirus cases across the state.
68 of them are here on Oahu. 5 were reported on Maui. 188 new cases were reported over the past 3 days. We had 60 on Friday and 55 on Thursday.
And Mayor Caldwell says some of the cases are a result of community spread clusters from bars. Now, one unnamed bar hosted a gathering on July 20th for a UFC fight. The mayor says the crowds were not social distancing. They also were not wearing masks. Bartenders and customers have been testing positive right now, and more people are still waiting for their results. Now, the mayor might have bars close at 10 p.m. That's still up in the air. He'll talk about the possible rollbacks with Governor Ige and the other mayors tomorrow. And of course, you know, with that rise of cases, the mayor of Maui, Michael Victorino, also asking the governor, he wants to actually get rid of the inter-island travel and go back to the quarantine for that as well.
Yeah, a lot of moves being expected. Let's see what happens. Time now, 7:15 a.m. Hundreds of families headed out to Oahu's North Shore yesterday.
Yeah, coming up, see how some families already struggling during this pandemic got a little bit of help before the storm. Time now, 7:15. Don't go away. Good morning, Hawaii. We'll be right back on your Sunday. Stay with us.
Our dealers are ready, and with online options available, you can shop our best offers any way you choose. The Acura Summer of Performance event. Don't miss it.
Owners of select competitive vehicles can lease the 2020 Acura RDX for $369 a month.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now there's Skyrizi. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months after just 2 doses.
Skyrizi may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or coughs, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi.
This selenite gray is so pretty, isn't it?
Wow. Jim, could you pop the hood for us?
There she is.
Turbocharge, right?
Yes, it is.
Jim, could you kick the tires?
Oh, yes.
Could you change the color inside the car?
Oh, sure. How about blue?
That's more cyan, but jump in the back seat, Jim. Act like my kids.
How much longer?
Exactly how they sound. It's got massaging seats too, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Visit the Mercedes-Benz summer event or shop online at participating dealers. Get 0% APR financing up to 36 months on select new and certified pre-owned models.
Aloha, I'm Jackie Esser, and I'm running for Honolulu prosecutor. As a public defender, I've spent my career fighting racism in the criminal justice system. Racial injustice fractures families and communities. But this election is our moment to stand up for change, demand equal rights, invest in our communities, and address police misconduct. Join in our fight for racial justice and vote Jackie Esser.
Our dealers are ready, and with online options available, you can shop our best offers any way you choose. The Acura Summer of Performance event. Don't miss it.
Owners of select competitive vehicles can lease the 2020 Acura RDX for $369 a month.
This is Good Morning Hawaii.
Welcome back, everybody. Time now, 7:17 a.m. More than 700 households on Oahu's North Shore stocked up on emergency food supplies before today's arrival of Hurricane Douglas.
Yeah, KITV4's Eddie Dowd was out there as people lined up in their cars outside the Polynesian Cultural Center.
If dealing with a pandemic wasn't hard enough, add a hurricane to the mix.
Stay home tomorrow now, be safe, okay?
Already struggling families lined up to stock up on supplies ahead of the storm. One of those people, Valentina Samuelson, who says she has relied on food distributions like this one to feed her household.
I work hard. I have 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I work hard for my family. I'm a single parent.
We just totally commend families who want to make sure there's enough food in the house, to make sure the keiki eat, to make sure the kupuna eat.
Honolulu Mayor Kirk Caldwell was there to help give out food, but also make a last-minute plea to residents.
Please just stay home, take care of each other, take care of your family, your friends, your neighbors, but stay home.
Saturday's distribution is the last of 3 that served Oahu's rural communities, but organizers believe more will be needed as COVID-19 continues to spread.
At the end of the day, it's incumbent on all of us and all of you, face coverings, 6 feet of physical distancing. Do not jeopardize our recovery.
Eddie Dowd, KITV4, Island News.
And our Ho'okupu, or giving campaign, has raised more than $31,000 so far to help buy grocery store gift cards for families in need. And to find out how you can donate, visit our website, kitv.com/give. Don't go away, everybody. Good morning, Hawaii. We'll be right back.
KITV4's Mika Miyashima at 5, 6, and 10.
If you are looking for property management services on Oahu, call Hawaii Pacific Property Management. We are a full-time, full-service, fully licensed property manager on Oahu, and we 100% guarantee our services in writing. Hi, I'm Duke Kim Han, broker and owner of Hawaii Pacific Property Management. If you are looking for property management services on Oahu, look us up on the web at hipacificpm.com, or you can give us a call at 445-9223. We'll look forward to seeing you soon. Aloha.
Aloha, I'm Bob Fitzgerald, also known as Coach. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Michaela. We're here asking for your support and vote to be the next mayor of Hawaii Island.
Coach Fitzgerald's leadership has meant so much to me in my life. I'm excited to see what he can do for the whole island. Thank you for running, Coach.
I will use my experience and leadership and listen to all our community needs, bridge them together, and get the job done.
One island, one heart.
Mahalo. I'm Bob Fitzgerald, and I approve this message.
93 warmer days, promising new adventure, and views that never get old. Your favorite season starts now. Summer on. Receive a credit of up to $3,000 plus 0.9% financing now through July 31st.
A new paradigm is coming to Hawaii that is going to change everything. Paradigm waterproof flooring. Waterproof from the top down, this beautiful flooring is ideal for bathrooms, dining rooms, and kitchens. It is easy to clean, will not stain from spills or swell when exposed to liquids, and comes with a limited lifetime warranty for your home. Visit our showroom today and experience the Abby difference. We care.
This is Good Morning Hawaii.
Just a reminder that Maui County is under a hurricane warning at the moment. Again, Maui County, that is Lanai, Molokai, Kaho'olawe, as well as our island of Maui. Bands of moisture associated with Hurricane Douglas now just 4 miles away from our Hana district, but a lot of that moisture embedded into our wind flow, giving us heavier pockets of showers, especially throughout Maui. Haleakala seeing the brunt of that all the way throughout Kahiki Nui, Ulupalakua, Lahaina, Ka'anapali, all seeing a few showers in those areas. We're going to continue to see that at least for this morning into your midday. Hurricane Douglas is still a Category 1, and we're expected to see that trend for a majority of today and possibly into tomorrow, so that weakening is not really as substantial as we saw just earlier in the last couple of days. We are seeing that west-northwest motion at 16 miles per hour. Most of our tracks are in agreement that it's still going to pass pretty parallel above the state, if not over. If not, it could make direct impact for the northeast of Kauai as a Category 1. So that's why we're keeping a very close eye on this. But of course, other tracks also showing that there could be a turn a bit more westward. There are a lot of possibilities here, so definitely want to encourage you and your ohana to stay prepared. Wind effects. We are seeing some gusty conditions, of course, as it's filtered throughout Molokai and Maui, throughout Lanai City. Some stronger gusts for the last 6 hours. The wind speeds are pretty much within the 20s as of right now. We did see a press conference earlier this morning from the National Weather Service, and they're expecting tropical storm force winds to make an impact for our Oahu, more so around 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon. For Kauai County, more so later on, late afternoon into this evening. Of course, we're going to continue to see these threats of wind, rain, and dangerous surf for today and tomorrow. We'll have more coming up after this. Stay with us right here on Good Morning Hawaii.
It's here. Instant funding online from SpeedyCash.com. Apply for a loan using the SpeedyCash app. If approved, funds applied to your debit card in minutes. Get instant funding from SpeedyCash.com.
Buy a select 2020 Volkswagen today. And for the next 6 years, the time it takes a child to learn to walk, read, and start school, you won't have paid a single cent in interest. 6 years of interest-free payments. Click, call, or come by your Volkswagen dealer today and get 0% APR financing for 72 months on select 2019 and 2020 models.
Thank you, Hawaii, for your votes in KITV4's Best of Hawaii's Viewers' Choice Awards. And congratulations to
Hawaiiana Management Company, serving clients on 6 Hawaiian islands. Quality Association Management since 1964.
When you're home, there's nothing like enjoying a classic with a classic. Miller Lite. Great taste and only 96 calories.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This summer, we'll be traveling in a cabin where every seat is premium and all baggage flies free. So fasten your seatbelts and enjoy the panoramic views. Nissan is offering non-stop routes to summer.
And now is the best time to get into a new Nissan. Get 0% financing for 60 months on the 2020 Nissan Rogue, or save up to $1,750 on the 2020 Nissan Kicks.
Rick Kwan, weeknights on KITV4 Island News Tonight at 10. Accurate and experienced KITV4's Island Weather Team.
It's here. Instant funding online from SpeedyCash.com. Apply for a loan using the SpeedyCash app. If approved, funds applied to your debit card in minutes. Get instant funding from SpeedyCash.com.
It's Good Morning Hawaii.
All right, welcome back. Time now 7:25, and we've been looking at that radar, hoping that thing just keeps on going north. And the Big Island already in the clear, but definitely still up in the air for the other islands. And those dangerous weather conditions are forcing several areas and attractions to shut down.
Haleakala National Park is closed until further notice, and all sunrise reservations are canceled. The park says once the storm passes, it will determine when it's safe to reopen.
And today, the Department of Land and Natural Resources closed all state forest lands.
The Waikiki Aquarium will be closed today as well. And a reminder that the city of Honolulu has canceled today's Kalakaua Open Streets event. It was supposed to run from 6 in the morning until noon.
All right, so definitely stay weather aware. We're going to continue to stay on top of Hurricane Douglas, and we'll have more for you coming up after the break. Your time now, 7:26. Stay with us.
Our dealers are ready, and with online options available, you can shop our best offers any way you choose. The Acura Summer of Performance event. Don't miss it.
Owners of select competitive vehicles can lease the 2020 Acura RDX for $369 a month.
Protect your home from Hawaii's next severe weather event with a new roof from Kapili Roofing. Local, family-owned Kapili Roofing has been providing peace of mind one roof at a time for over a decade. From small repairs to large commercial re-roofing projects, Kapili Roofing has the knowledge and experience to install a roof you can count on for years. Ask about our GAF Master Elite warranty and how you can earn up to 40,000 Hawaiian Air miles with a new roof.
Kapili Roofing, building peace of mind, one roof at a time.
Kim Pine is a strong, ethical, passionate, and experienced leader. Kim fought corruption at City Hall. Kim has been on the job serving those who face hardships and providing solutions to jumpstart our economy. We need a trustworthy mayor to do the right thing for our families to get through this crisis.
Throughout her 8 years on City Council, Kim has been our lifeguard. I know as mayor, we can count on her to make tough decisions.
Kim Pine is a leader we need. Vote Kim Pine for mayor.
Oh, we love our new home. Neighborhood's great.
Amazing school district. The HOA has been very involved.
These shrubs aren't board approved. You need to break down your cardboard.
Thank you.
Violation. Violation.
I see you've met Cynthia. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
And does help us save a bunch of money.
2 inches over regulation.
Thanks, Cynthia.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Our dealers are ready, and with online options available, you can shop our best offers any way you choose. The Acura Summer of Performance event. Don't miss it.
Owners of select competitive vehicles can lease the 2020 Acura RDX for $369 a month.
From KITV4 Island News, this is Good Morning Hawaii.
All right, now on Good Morning Hawaii, we are tracking the latest on Hurricane Douglas. See what you can expect as the hurricane makes its way towards Hawaii.
Plus, Florida surpasses New York to become the state with the second highest coronavirus cases.
And see how 3 women helped catch a YouTube personality from the Philippines who was busted for violating our state's quarantine.
Just about 7:30 here in Honolulu as the storm is approaching. Hawaiian Electric is urging customers to unplug electric appliances.
Yeah, they're telling everybody to make sure that your emergency equipment, such as your flashlights and your radios, are all ready to go right now. You should also pack a manual can opener and a bottle opener. Turn that refrigerator and freezer to the coldest setting. Store your matches or lighters in waterproof containers, and make sure you have a whistle in case you need to signal for help. And on the outside of your home, make sure you tie up those loose objects, bring the potted plants inside, and remove any furniture that you have on your lanai. And be sure and cover the windows and doors with boards and shutters. Now, HECO says crews are on standby right now to respond to any emergencies.
And if you haven't done so already, be sure to review your insurance policies to see if you have hurricane and flood coverage. Standard homeowner and renter policies do not cover this kind of damage, and hurricane insurance typically does not include water damage, even if it's caused by a hurricane.
Well, a natural disaster could damage the water facilities and affect supply as well. So residents should make sure and start storing that water right now. Make sure you use clean containers. And if you prefer, you can also boil that water before you store it to get rid of any bacteria. And be sure and only use water for essential activities. We're talking about like cooking and cleaning and drinking.
All right, let's take a live look now at Waikiki, where surfers are catching some of that early morning waves before the storm reaches Oahu. Honolulu Ocean Safety has adjusted its hours, staffing only mobile units. All beach parks in the city and county of Honolulu will be closed today, but Ocean Safety will patrol those areas, and conditions will be evaluated throughout the day. And we'll have a live interview with Ocean Safety in just a few minutes. But first, here's Tasia with a check on the current conditions. Hey, Tasia.
Good morning. As we're seeing some surfers out there, just want to thank my Ohana for helping me yesterday. What we did was went around the house, looked for any loose objects, took all the surfboards off the surf racks and stored them in the laundry room, so just everybody is safe, just it doesn't go lost or lost. So we're going to continue to track that. But also tropical storm force winds. We are expecting things like that to happen. Loose objects, down trees, down power lines. So definitely keep all these in mind. Your electric could go out. Driving could be very hazardous. Right now, we're seeing those tropical storm force winds extend outward from the center of Hurricane Douglas up to 105 miles. So that's wind speeds anywhere from 39 to 73 miles per hour. So definitely dangerous conditions. From the center out 30 miles, that's where hurricane force winds extend outward, just over 74 miles per hour. Most of our tracks do show that it will continue to brush north of Maui County. It could possibly make a direct impact for the north of our Oahu and go throughout Kauai County. Still too early to tell, but definitely want to continue to encourage you to stay prepared. Taking a look at a rundown, especially for the eastern end of the state, we're already seeing increasing clouds and showers. Thunderstorms and heavy rain is possible a bit more before midday, especially for Maui County. Very strong winds will continue to move from east to west as we continue to track Hurricane Douglas. Now, just a few days ago, it was a Category 4. That's because it was brewing over some water, warmer water temperatures at 82. Over cooler water temperatures, we saw some substantial weakening. Now that we're entering into water temperatures averaging 79, 80, that's why we're seeing that weakening trend be a bit more stagnant at the moment. And we are expecting that Category 1 title, at least for a majority of today into tomorrow. Wind shear will help break that apart as much as it can, but overall, we still are looking at those threats of dangerous winds, heavy rain, flash flooding, and of course, dangerous surf. We'll have next update coming up in less than 15 minutes. Other than that, over to you.
Well, the coronavirus has now killed nearly 147,000 people in the U.S., just a staggering number.
Karina Mitchell tells us infections are surging across the South, and Florida surpassed New York in the number of cases.
This morning, more than 150 medical experts across the U.S. endorsing an open letter to lawmakers calling for another shelter in place.
Our objective is to kill this virus. A shelter in place, as difficult as it will be, is the medicine we need to take.
This after more than 1,000 people died of coronavirus during a 5-day period, and Florida surpassing New York, second only to California in the number of cases. All 3 states with more than 400,000 people infected. In the Sunshine State, there are nearly 50 ICUs without available beds. Further west, New Orleans closing down bars and banning takeout alcohol following a surge. School officials in neighboring Alabama say they'll test every college student 2 weeks before starting classes. The CDC announcing new guidelines to get students to return as the push for schools to reopen continues.
We simply believe that it's best for our kids to be back in the classroom. It's best for working families, and it's the best for our country.
The vice president in Massachusetts this weekend, one of 9 states seeing a drop in COVID hospitalizations. Next month, officials there will require anyone coming in from states that are hotspots to quarantine for 2 weeks. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
Yeah, and of course that quarantine in place here in Hawaii as well. And back here at home, 5 new cases in Maui County are believed to have spread through large gatherings. The district's health office estimates another 200 people were exposed to the virus in the past week. The county's already contacted 100 people who have been known to come in contact with those 5 people who tested positive. But District Health Officer Lauren Pang believes those people could have infected 100 more.
I'm asking you to step it up because of the massive exposures as we try to pick off individual cases and contact tracing. This thing can turn on a dime, and it can become 15 or 20 or 500 overnight almost. If that's infected, then you'll see the effect maybe 7 days from now. But by then, the time you see it, it's too late to change your destiny. You're infected.
Now, the county is asking people to follow what they're calling the 5 W's to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Wear your mask, wash your distance, wash your hands, of course, and only go out if you're well, wipe off surfaces frequently, and only go out in wide open spaces. All right, well, turning now to the Garden Isle, a new emergency rule is aiming to stop visitors and vacation rental owners from exploiting a loophole in the state's 14-day mandatory quarantine. According to the county, some out-of-state travelers have been marking themselves as new residents of Hawaii, and instead of quarantining at a hotel, they're staying at short-term rentals that can allow them to break a 6-month lease early. But to prevent this loophole, the county's new rule prohibits those vacation rentals from being a quarantine location more than once during a 6-month period. And if caught, the property owner, manager, landlord, tenant, and the guests could all face $5,000 fines or even up to a year in jail. Well, as we see more community spread of COVID-19, a group of friends in Honolulu believe it's more important than ever to enforce the laws that are meant to protect our residents.
I spoke to 3 women who helped catch a YouTube personality from the Philippines who broke the state's mandatory 14-day self-quarantine. When these friends saw videos and pictures on social media of a tourist out and about on Oahu after arriving from Manila, it raised red flags.
I thought she's supposed to quarantine for 14 days. Because she came from the other country.
They contacted more friends to be on the lookout for 20-year-old Mika Salamanca, a YouTube star with millions of followers, mostly in the Philippines.
She's not only risking herself, but she's risking like everybody else around her as well for going out when she was supposed to quarantine.
The incriminating posts were deleted, but the group had screenshots and sent them to investigators and shared them on Twitter to raise public awareness. The tweets went viral, prompting Salamanca to address the issue.
Mag-sorry sa lahat ng misunderstanding and sa lahat ng...
A day before her arrest, KITV4 broke the news that Salamanca admitted to her social media fans in Tagalog that she broke the mandatory quarantine. Locals wished she apologized to them.
The people she upset was the people here in Hawaii, and we all speak English. So not a lot of people knew what she was saying and didn't know how to translate that.
On Friday, Salamanca was arrested by special agents from the Attorney General's office for quarantine violations.
It was scary to know that we have someone of influence who does not care about the law, who came here without any information.
They hope Salamanca's arrest will discourage other tourists from traveling to Hawaii during the pandemic and remind those who do visit to respect the law.
We're here to protect each other. That's why we were kind of actually pushing for this, because we know that we're a small community. We have elder people. We have people that are with a big family. So with big gatherings, you know, it's pretty dangerous.
And you know, Tom, there's now a call for the locals that helped her break quarantine, some of those other influencers that live here in Hawaii, to actually hold them accountable as well.
Yeah, and you mentioned that big following. I mean, since this story aired, even right now, this morning, I'm still seeing notifications on KITV's Twitter. A lot of fans really not happy with what she did.
Yeah, holding her accountable.
Yeah. All right, well, time now, 6:39, and workers who lost their jobs during this pandemic stand to lose their health insurance as well.
And some are taking the risk of not getting medical coverage while they're unemployed. Medicare expert and financial planner Martha Klopen joins us to offer her tips. Good morning, Martha. Good to see you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Now, tell us about, I know you work very closely to advise these people that lost their insurance. What are some of the trends that you're seeing amongst your clients?
Yes, Annalisa, I'm seeing people who were unaware that when they lose their job, they also lose their insurance. And they may be offered something called COBRA, continuation coverage, but it's very, very expensive. So people are not expecting that.
And obviously, you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic. You know, where do things stand right now in terms of the federal marketplace? You know, you mentioned it can be expensive. Are there any options for people, and how can they apply?
Well, that's the option. It's the affordable healthcare.gov marketplace, but many people who always have had insurance through their employer, they don't know how to go out and get health insurance on their own. So that's where I've stepped in, and I put together a health enrollment literacy program and services, and I help walk people through that healthcare.gov site, and they can actually get affordable plans within about 15 minutes. And if they're enough, the program will push them to Medicaid. So one-stop shop, they can pick up a health plan. If they're in low, they can also get referred to state Medicaid. So it's a great service, but a lot of people, they never had to get health insurance on their own, so they don't know about it.
Yeah, it is pretty confusing. I know you mentioned to me that people weren't, you know, it's known colloquially as Obamacare, and they thought that maybe it was, you know, they got rid of it when President Trump took office. But It's still available. People can take advantage. There were some of these misconceptions out there that you had to debunk.
Absolutely. Many people thought that Obamacare went away. The name really has changed. And now you can pick up a plan, an affordable plan. That's the key. Affordable plan through the Affordable Care Act, healthcare.gov marketplace. So a lot of people are unaware that it's still available. What they heard is that, excuse me, the penalty went away, but the health plans did not go away. And the two insurers, HMSA and Kaiser, many people are familiar with insurance companies, and those are the ones offered on this marketplace. So it's a great way to pick up affordable coverage.
And, you know, for people without insurance, I mean, specifically during this COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of people have been confused, you know, especially they want that peace of mind. They want to be able to get tested, things like that. And we have these mass testing events. You know, some you need insurance, some are being offered for free. What are you noticing in terms of just the insurance aspect when it comes to the COVID testing?
Right. What I'm noticing is that, as you said, many insurance companies are covering the test, but not necessarily the treatment. So the reason it's so important that people stay insured is if you needed a course of treatment, it can cost $20,000. So if you're, you know, you don't have any insurance, you will be responsible for paying that. So it's really important, especially because we're under this pandemic. So things can happen. Even this hurricane, things can happen. We want to stay insured. So we try to get the message out to people, stay insured. There are affordable plans available. So if COBRA is too expensive, reach out and find out some of these other methods.
That's right. Thank you so much. So important, the information you're providing. Martha Clopin there. We'll have more information on your website, on our website, KITV.com, and you can catch her Medicare show on KHNR 690 AM. Good morning, Hawaii. We'll be right back with more hurricane coverage. Stay with us.
Keeping you safe and healthy, KITV4 Island News.
This selenite gray is so pretty, isn't it?
Wow. Jim, could you pop the hood for us?
There she is.
Turbocharged, right?
Yes, it is.
Jim, could you kick the tires?
Oh, yes.
Could you change the color inside the car?
Oh, sure. How about blue?
That's more cyan, but jump in the back seat, Jim. Act like my kids.
How much longer?
Exactly how they sound. It's got massaging seats too, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Visit the Mercedes-Benz summer event or shop online at participating dealers. Lease the 2020 GLB 250 SUV for just $419 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now there's Skyrizi. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clearer skin at 4 months after just 2 doses.
Skyrizi may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or coughs, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi.
After suffering from abuse for a long time, feeling safe and supported was important to me. I didn't know how to achieve that.
I got help from the Domestic Violence Action Center at court. My advocate was with me every step of the way.
My kids and I have hope now, and we see the future without fear.
There is help,
and there is hope
from the Domestic Violence Action Center.
If you or someone you know needs help, go to domesticviolenceactioncenter.org and let the hope and healing begin.
Need something? Try Check City Mill. CityMill.com makes researching and buying what you need so much easier. Buy online. Choose a store most convenient for you. Then pick up 2 business hours later. It's that easy. Can't find it online? We take phone orders too. And we've got curbside pickup, so you don't need to leave your car. Need something? Try Check City Mill and CityMill.com.
This segment of KITV4 Island News is sponsored by City Mill. Good Morning Hawaii.
Welcome back. Time now, 7:46 a.m. Hurricane Douglas could bring dangerous surf to the islands, and large swells generated by the storm could affect the state into Monday. KITV4's Nicole Tam joins us live from Sandy Beach in East Honolulu with more. Good morning, Nicole.
Lisa, good morning. That's right. Actually, surfers are telling me this is not what they expected. They expected much bigger waves this morning. And here to tell us more is Lieutenant Tanner Hayton with the Honolulu Ocean Safety. Thank you so much for being here. And I know you guys started a little earlier today at 6 o'clock. Why is that?
Well, we weren't exactly sure on the timeline of this approaching storm, so it's better be safe than sorry. We did start early in case the storm and the surf came a bit early, and we are prepared to do overtime if the storm decides to come up later.
And I know storm surge is expected for this part of the island. Do you anticipate more rescues throughout the day than usual?
Well, we are urging the public to stay home, do their part, and keeping us safe. But it is the weekend, and we are prepared for whatever comes our way. But we're hoping for the best. We're hoping that the storm surge and the surf isn't as bad, and that the crowds are down because of the storm.
And I know you folks are in mobile units today. How does that compare to physically being in a tower?
Yeah, so when we're in the tower, we can kind of observe more of what's going on, and when we're in the mobile response vehicles, we're more responding to emergency calls, heading into situations that, you know, we didn't see unfold. So it's just a different aspect of a rescue.
And finally, what are some tips you can offer people who plan to head out to the water? Is today just better to stay home than, you know, hanging out at the beach?
Better to stay home for sure. With these storms, we don't really know what's going to happen until it's here, and the surf can rise very quickly. Conditions can change the drop of a dime. So, you know, you might be out here and it looks like this, and then an hour later it can be a totally different thing and be coming to get rescued by one of us. So it's best to stay home, ride it out, be safe, you know, take care of your own property and your own family today, and stay away from the beaches as much as possible.
Thank you so much for being here with me, Lieutenant Hazen. And like you said, it's kind of unpredictable, so best to stay safe at home. And if you're really going to come out here, stay safe. But for now, reporting live at Sandy Beach, Nicole Tam, KITV4 Island News.
Nicole, as ocean safety officials are mentioning, stay out of the water, stay at home. We have that high surf warning in place, more so for the eastern end of the state. We are seeing about 10 to 15 waves currently, 10 to 15 foot waves currently, but we could see it increase all the way up to 25, so keep that in mind. We are also anticipating some larger surf, especially for the western end on the western sides of the islands, and that's all as Hurricane Douglas moves further toward the west, and some of that energy will come back toward those west-facing shores. So again, that high surf warning for east-facing shores, high surf advisory for a few of those smaller islands. As I mentioned, Wailea currently picking up 10 to 15 foot faces, Pauka'a 6 to 10, Hana also picking up 10 to 15. So just to reiterate, definitely stay out of the water. Taking a look right now, still a Category 1, maximum sustained winds at 90 miles per hour. We are waiting on that next update, which should drop in less than 15 minutes, but we are expecting this Category 1 title to continue for today. So as we can see, lots of damage regarding heavier winds and heavier rain and dangerous surf. Right now, the cone of uncertainty still does encompass more so a bit more north of our Oahu and just brushing the northeast of our Kauai. Of course, within the cone, that's where that system or the center of the system could also fall. So just keep in mind that changes are happening. We're currently continuing to track the warnings and advisories in place. That hurricane watch upgraded to a hurricane warning for Maui County. We still have that hurricane warning in effect from Oahu throughout Niihau and Kauai. And of course, that tropical storm watch still in effect for Hawaii County. Over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Tasia, for that update. We're continuing our hurricane coverage with an extended broadcast of Good Morning Hawaii. We'll have a live interview with the National Weather Service at 8 o'clock. Meantime, in news around the nation, Hurricane Hannah made landfall overnight. The storm coming over on shore in lower Texas Gulf Coast. That's an area that's struggling to handle the needs of coronavirus patients.
Yeah, and it's about the same strength level as Hurricane Douglas is here in Hawaii. And as Rob Marciano reports, it's now been downgraded to a tropical storm, but it's still packing some high winds, some heavy rain, and some flooding. Take a look.
Overnight, Hurricane Hannah slamming South Texas. The strong Category 1 storm pounding Corpus Christi and Point South with powerful winds strong enough to knock over this semi. And flooding rains, dangerous storm surge too.
We're in the eye wall of Hurricane Hannah, which is making landfall right now on the coast of South Texas with 90-mile-per-hour winds. The The first hurricane of the season, Texas taking a direct hit.
Port Mansfield hit hard as Hannah makes her way inland. Wow. The strong winds peeling off roofs and snapping structures in half. Trees knocked over, blocking roads, and power lines ripped down, leaving thousands without power across the area. The storm surge in Corpus Christi so high it left roadways like this one submerged in floodwaters. And with COVID-19 complicating rescue efforts, the governor issuing a disaster declaration for 32 counties. Emergency operations centers activated.
It is sweeping through an area that is the most challenged area in the state for COVID-19.
South Texas and the Rio Grande Valley, one of the hardest hit areas of the state in this pandemic. Officials urging residents to reach out if they need help.
We'll make sure that you're safe, you're separated, you're sanitized, you're masked up. We'll feed you. We're here to help, 100%.
And that was Rob Marciano reporting. Meanwhile, check this epic video of Air Force Reserve members flying into the eye of Hurricane Douglas. They left Barbers Point at Kailua Airport Friday to capture this video above the storm. They'll use data collected from this mission for forecasters.
All right, well, time now 7:52, and be sure and stay with us. We're continuing, of course, to track Hurricane Douglas. We're expecting the latest track update in just a couple minutes. We'll, of course, bring you the latest information you need to know as soon as we get it.
Don't go away. Don't go away. Good morning, Hawaii. We'll be right back.
This segment of KITV4 Island News is brought to you by Spectrum Enterprise.
Welcome to the new tomorrow, where the challenges are unpredictable and the demands unreasonable. But one thing we know for sure, you still need a network, one that's flexible, reliable, and up for anything. And providing that network is what we're built to do. Spectrum Enterprise.
Here in Hawaii, our culture and traditions are of the utmost importance. We care for our families with compassion, for those shared moments together last a lifetime. Borthwick Mortuary is honored to have served our community for over 100 years, creating life celebrations and lasting memories. That is our promise. Borthwick Mortuary, serving and honoring families for generations.
We're here with real answers. Our bankers worked around the clock to help save more than 47,000 jobs in Hawaii. Now, let's talk about you. Make your appointment today at asbhawaii.com. American Savings Bank.
This summer, get back in the driver's seat. Your Honda dealer is open and ready to get you into a new Honda today. Like the versatile HR-V or the fun-to-drive CR-V. Visit the Honda Summer Clearance Event and get a great deal from Honda, KBB.com's 2020 Best Value Brand. Get a great deal on the CR-V at the Honda Summer Clearance Event today.
Welcome back to Good Morning Hawaii. We are picking up some heavier rain now making its way throughout the Hana District. And just a reminder that we do have a hurricane warning for Maui County. We're continuing to pick up those outer bands of moisture be embedded into that wind flow. That's why we're picking up even heavier pockets of showers throughout our Maui Island, especially for this morning. And we're going to continue to see those effects, at least for the first half of today. Second half of today, as that system continues to move up the island chain, we'll see increasing rain chances for our Oahu as early as 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon regarding wind and rain. Later on this afternoon throughout tonight for Kauai County, that includes Ni'ihau and our Kauai. Storm surge is a possibility with those stronger wind speeds, especially with the cone of uncertainty encompassing more so those smaller islands. on the western end of the state. So definitely want to keep your eyes peeled if you can. Avoid driving on the roadways. Definitely staying away from the coastlines. Right now, we're still continuing to pick up that Category 1 title of maximum sustained winds at 90 miles per hour. As you can see, most of our tracks still agree that that system is continuing to crawl just parallel of the state. Gusts right now, we're still continuing to see 40 for Lanai. In the last update within the last half an hour, we clocked in wind speeds up to 45 for Lanai City. Now, of course, this is associated with the storm, but more so as those winds are filtering in between Molokai and Maui. That's why we're seeing it a bit stronger throughout Lanai City. That just sets the tone, especially for anyone living downslope of a mountain range, how breezy those conditions could get. Over to you.
And just a reminder, Hurricane Douglas is expected to pass north of Hawaii Island this morning. Some good news there, breathing a sigh of relief.
If Civil Defense gives the Red Cross the green light, this evacuation center in the Hilo High Gymnasium is one of the 4 across the island that would be activated. Officials want to make sure those seeking shelter have plenty of room to social distance, so the capacity is 50 people instead of the gym's usual cap of 2,000.
Now, on the Valley Isle, again, kind of up in the air, according to Tasia's latest predictions there. Residents lining up for gas in Kahului as businesses boarded up to prepare for hurricane-force winds. Mayor Michael Victorino urging residents to shelter in place all day long. Maui County has seen a bump up of wind speeds since overnight, and 5 emergency shelters are now open on Maui. They're at Maui High School, South Maui Gym, King Kekaulike High School, Lahaina Intermediate School, and Hana High School. The county will open those up on Lanai and Molokai as well. Those are already open as of 7 o'clock.
And on Oahu, Honolulu Mayor Kirk Caldwell says 13 shelters will be made available beginning at 9 this morning. Requirements include masks, social distancing, everybody's temperature being checked, and people need to bring their own emergency kits. The Red Cross reports more than 300 volunteers are secured, and if more shelter space is needed, the Hawaii Convention Center is an option.
Now, as we mentioned earlier, we have extended coverage of Hurricane Douglas. We're extending our Good Morning Hawaii broadcast through 8 a.m. A full hour of breaking news and those live storm reports starts right now.
Hurricane Douglas continues to truck toward the west-northwest. Maximum sustained winds at 90 miles per hour. And as you can see, that weakening trend has pretty much been at a standstill. We're expecting that Category 1 to just stick around for today throughout tomorrow morning. The cone of uncertainty does show at least the center of it brushing against the north of our Oahu as well as the northeast of Kauai as a Category 1. So we're going to continue to watch that very closely. And as you can see, we're continuing to see it just the outer bands make its way throughout the windward areas of Maui. We're not expecting the center of that storm to make landfall anytime soon. If anything, we're still taking a look at that west-northwest track. Definitely some tropical storm force winds being picked up in a few areas on the windward side of Maui. Stronger